Bem, malta, está a começar, vamos embora. Agora sim, estamos a gravar para o YouTube. Estamos prontos, vamos embora. Life is Strange. Double Exposure. O miminho de 48 minutos no universo. Estamos perto de... ...30 segundos. Não é um rumor, ok? 48 minutos. Vou estar até às 6 da tarde em live. Jesus Christ. Ok? Sim, deve ser gameplay seguramente. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feliz ano novo! Estou a brincar. Pá, Rafa, caguei para isso, man. Estou a ver Life is Strange, man. Mete-me nisso agora.
Coming up in this Life is Strange Double Exposure Reveal live stream. All you need to know about the game.
Okay.
Learn more about this thrilling supernatural murder mystery from Deck 9 developers Jonathan Stauder and Felice Kwan.
There are no footprints, there's no weapon. Police are completely stumped as to how it could have happened.
Discover Max Caulfield's incredible new ability to shift between two parallel timelines.
Which comes in really handy when you're a detective and you want to eavesdrop
Que Max já
and snoop
começou a
and
mergulhar
track
neste poder
suspects.
quando era miúda.
Welcome Hannah Tell, the actor behind Max.
She doesn't know what could happen. It could even kill her to try to use her powers.
Ai, que voz
Who
icónica.
knows?
Yeah.
And to cap it all off, our world premiere of extended gameplay. So get comfy, grab some snacks, and get ready to dive into this all-new adventure in the award-winning Life is Strange series.
Okay.
This is Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Let's go. Trailer logo assim de rajada.
It's been 3 years since the release of Life is Strange True Colors.
Isto não é...
Since then, the team at Deck 9
Blackwell.
Games have been hard at work on a game, a story and a world worthy of the return of Max Caulfield, beloved star of the very first Life is Strange.
I've been here before.
We knew that this had to be something special. We knew we had to respect the 2 unforgettable endings to the first chapter of Max's story, while also crafting something new. Something fresh that echoed and acknowledged Max's past challenges, even as it moved her personal story forward. Welcoming in new players from the very beginning, while giving fans the story they didn't know they wanted.
Okay.
The team have been collaborating, along with our partners at Square Enix External Studios, to bring Max and Caledon University to vivid life.
Calvin.
And we couldn't have done it without Hannah, Tell, and the rest of our stunning cast, whose performances elevate and bring nuance to every moment of our story. Together, we've built for you a supernatural murder mystery.
What is this?
Packed full of twists, intrigue, and heart that still delivers on every aspect of Life is Strange's DNA.
Ok.
Meaningful emotional choices driven
Pá, já,
by your connection to other
passar
characters.
daqui não é
A
fácil, não.
diverse and complex cast that reflects the world around us.
Já
In all
vemos,
its
Bonex,
joy,
no
sorrow, and anxiety. Romance, humor, and light even in the darkest of circumstances.
Pá, os olhos da Max têm
For
que...
those of you who have played every Life is Strange to date, we can't wait to welcome you back. And for those of you curious about Max and her new adventure, we're delighted to have you join us. Welcome to our deep dive reveal of Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Ok.
I swore I'd never use my power again.
Pronto, este trailer já tínhamos visto. Este trailer foi o que já
Nights
vimos.
ago, I found my friend's body in the woods.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know
Então.
who I can trust. Or who trusts me. But my friend Safi,
is dead. So why can I still hear her voice? Focusing my power, I somehow shifted into a parallel timeline. Here, Sophie is still alive. The danger stalks our every step. And only I can investigate both realities.
Hang on. Parallel world?
It's the same as this one, except you're dead.
Rip.
I can still save Sophie. If I can solve and prevent the same murder across
Isto é o
two
trailer que já
timelines.
tínhamos visto. Isto é o trailer que já tínhamos visto. Ok, certo. Sabíamos disto. Bora. Arrancai.
Life is Strange Double Exposure is a thrilling narrative adventure game where you investigate a supernatural murder mystery. You play as Max Caulfield, a photographer and artist in residence at Caledon University, a prestigious college in upstate Vermont. When Max's new best friend, Safi, is found murdered in mysterious circumstances, Max discovers she has the supernatural ability to shift back and forth between two timelines. In one timeline, Safi is dead, but in the other, she's still alive and still in danger.
Oh shit.
Max realizes the killer will soon strike again in both versions of reality. Max and the player will use her new shift power to explore two versions of this vivid winter campus. As you forge allies and pursue suspects across two versions of reality, you'll shape both timelines through your unforgettable choices.
Muito fixe isto.
But it's a race against time, a
Pá, este
relentless
gajo parece
detective
o gajo
has
do Twin
Max
Mirror.
in his sights, and Safi's killer grows closer with every clue uncovered. With Max's new power to shift between two timelines, can you solve and prevent the same murder?
Wild, right?
Ok. Pá, parece muito bom. Vamos ver o resto.
Murder mysteries, a narrative genre full of thrilling stories and intense action, scattered with red herrings and the inevitable climactic twist. But what happens when elements of the supernatural become involved, making the mystery at hand seemingly impossible to solve? And how do you write something so complex? I'm chatting with game director Jonathan Stouter and narrative director Felice Kwan to learn how they crafted Life is Strange Double Exposure's supernatural murder mystery.
Ok.
Jonathan and Felice, it is so wonderful to be here with you. How does it feel now that you can finally talk about Life is Strange Double Exposure?
It has definitely been exciting to finally get to talk about what Tech9's been working on these past few years, and we get to talk more about the game today.
We are excited for fan theories about what's going on in the trailer.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot of theories. We're gonna have a lot of theories, trust me, because a mystery is afoot, right? Mm-hmm. And that is the core premise of the game.
Right. But not just a murder mystery, it's a supernatural murder mystery. What initially starts as a whodunit in terms of the crime very quickly becomes a how could this have even happened? How is this even possible sort of crime?
Certo.
And then you, as the player, as Max, are uniquely suited to use your time powers to solve this crime.
Oh, can you tell me about Max, who she is and why she has time powers?
Right, so Max Caulfield, famous photographer, artist in residence at Caledon University, which is the setting of our game.
She's come to Caledon University to,
Portanto, a Max
to
é
start
uma
afresh,
fotógrafa
to build a life
famosa
that's
agora.
separate from a past that she doesn't really want to think about anymore.
Ok, ok.
But
Foi isso
unfortunately
que
for
eles
her, this mystery lands in her lap.
So, Felice, can you set the scene for us? Because we've got mysterious pasts at play.
Era
but then
fixe
also
ela
this is a very
basicamente entrar-
unusual murder mystery, right?
Right. So it is almost holiday break, dead winter. Max walks up a hill and finds her friend Safi dead in the snow, seconds after seeing Safi talking on the phone. There are no footprints, there's no weapon. Police are completely stumped as to how it could have happened.
So there's not really any evidence or leads to go by. How do you solve a murder mystery like this? What tools might you have?
Luckily, Max unlocks a
Eu
supernatural
vou ver na
ability.
segunda à noite.
She is able to shift from the
Na
current
estreia cá em
timeline
Portugal.
into a parallel timeline where her friend Safi is alive. And fans of the first game will recognize this as
Fui
kind of
convidado
an
pela
evolution
HBO.
of her rewind power. And why exactly that has happened is at the heart of the story.
What the hell was that?
So my understanding is there are two timelines at play here, one in which Safi is still alive, and the other, she's been murdered. If I'm Max, why don't I just stay in the timeline where she's still alive?
Well,
Because Max will very quickly discover the killer is still at large in the timeline where Safi is alive. And so, using her new supernatural abilities, Max will have to both solve and prevent the same crime across two timelines.
So we're
Okay.
dealing with two timelines and a race against time to stop a killer before they kill again. This
isto
seems
é
like it
tão
was
incrível.
very complicated to write.
It was really complicated. It was also very interesting because Max meets essentially two versions of every person that she's investigating, two versions of the environment, and these will both differ in ways that are
Man, isto é
significant because of
espetacular.
Safi's death. It is also kind of bittersweet because even the people that Max is growing closer to, like Moses, there's two versions of him as well, and she needs to navigate that.
Can you tell us a bit more about Moses?
So Moses is Safi's best friend, and he's an astrophysicist at this college. And because of his
Muito fixe.
science background, he
Estou a
might
gostar.
be the only person who can help Max understand what's going on with her powers. And the two of them grow closer through this investigation. But Max has to wrestle with if she's ready to open up and tell someone about her powers for the first time in years.
Now, Jonathan, I can imagine that the multiple timelines also really lends itself to some interesting gameplay. What can we expect?
Well, so Max's ability to shift between the two timelines open up a whole slew of new gameplay possibilities for us. And so Max will be navigating between different versions of the same space impacted by Safi's death, and she'll be able to use these powers to circumnavigate puzzles, discover clues about suspects she might not otherwise have access to, in addition to navigating these different relationships in each space.
Oh, so like maybe in one timeline a door is closed, in another it's been unlocked, but it sort of depends on how you
Isso era
play the
como
game,
no outro,
right?
que também
And
voltávamos
Max can
atrás no
make sure
tempo.
that it is unlocked.
Não, foda-se, até agora não percebi quem é que é o assassino. É quem? O astrofísico.
And you mentioned earlier
Porra, é o
that
primeiro
this
personagem que
is
aparece, man.
described as a quote-unquote impossible
Nunca é óbvio.
murder
No
that
primeiro
only
jogo
Max
não era
can
óbvio.
solve. Why is that?
Não é,
Because
claro que não é. Não
Max
pode ser o
can
astrofísico.
talk to the murder victim. She's the only person who can do that, and it's her relationship with Safi that's the key to solving it.
Safi's alive.
Max, are you okay? It kind of seems like you're on drugs.
Huh? Oh. No, I'm just really happy you're here with me. And your mom.
So, drugs then.
Ok.
So let's talk about Max's incredible
Imagina,
ability
yeah.
to bend time. Give us the lowdown on that.
Right, so
Não
Max
sei, não.
has the ability to
Sim,
tear the
pá, é assim,
fabric
as histórias vão
between
estar
these two
ligadas
timelines and
naturalmente, mas o
instantaneously
assassino do
travel
primeiro
between
jogo
them.
morreu.
We call it shift.
That's a lot of responsibility, and that's a lot of power. Where does it come from? Because we know Max
Aliás,
to
não
have
morreu,
had
foi
powers in the
apanhado.
past, right?
Yeah, she actually does
menos
not
que seja o
have
mesmo, foda-se.
her rewind powers anymore. She has not used it because of the trauma associated with it and fear of what might happen. And so when Safi is murdered, she can't rewind. It's like losing fluency in a language.
Ok.
But she does care enough about Safi that she's willing to use the new version of her power, the shifting, to try to help her friend. But why that has happened is Max doesn't know. It's kind of at the heart of the story.
So is Max kind of
Eles
thrown
não
by
quiseram
having this new
spoiler
power,
isto.
or is she sort of old hat at this? She's like, yeah, I've just got another power. Pile it on.
She definitely, at first, she needs to use the power to investigate how the power works before she can even start to investigate the murder. So right off the bat, she is concerned, is this some version of rewind? Have I gone back in time? She doesn't know. And so she starts traversing the timelines, pulsing and listening in on folks across the veil and deducing how her power works.
Okay, so this pulse power, is that the thing that she does where it's kind of like an aura coming out of her fingertips and she can,
goes up.
What's that?
Right, so Max can extend her supernatural senses to detect where the veil is weakest between the two timelines, the spots where she can shift. And in doing that, she can also grab a glimpse of other people, key objects across the timeline without having to shift, which comes in really handy when you're a detective and you want to eavesdrop and snoop and track suspects.
So when she uses the pulse, she kind of like takes this glimpse into the two timelines, can make an assessment, and then choose which one to shift into. How does the shift work?
Right, so when Max has identified one of these weak points between the timelines, we call them shift spots, she can use the shifting ability to instantaneously travel to the other timeline. Okay. So in a flash, she is instantaneously transported to the opposite version of the environment, different non-playable characters around, and so she's able to use that to traverse puzzles, circumnavigate locked doors, suspects that won't talk to her in one timeline but will in another.
So, like, is it apparent to the player, yeah, I'm in this timeline where Safi's still alive, or I'm in this one where Safi's dead? Like, how will I know? I will, like, confuse myself playing this? Does Max get confused?
She does. Okay. She absolutely does get confused. And along the way, she has to learn what's different between the two timelines along with the player. But Safi's death not just reverberates through the relationships on campus, but also through the environment. And we reflect this in different ways, different set dressing, different audio, different lighting. The weather patterns change, the butterfly effect. And so Safi's death has this immense impact that creates two distinctly different timelines.
I do think that it will be really clear to both Max and the player where she's at. At the same time, she's juggling twice as many social interactions and twice as many clues. So she absolutely messes up. It's a lot of fun for Max to try to keep all of that straight.
Right, so she'll have to keep an eye out for dialogue choices because if you're not paying attention, you might stumble into Max being confused about the timeline, whereas if you're on your game, you can avoid those little faux pas in a conversation.
I'm sorry. I was being nosy. I don't know why. Probably just paranoid.
You think? Jesus, Max. Get your shit together.
And also, we're on a college campus, so she's supposed to be using this power to be solving a murder mystery, but I imagine there's probably also a lot of drama that filters through.
And she's an artist in residence, so she's supposed to be this mentor figure to the students who are still there on holiday break. But at the same time, it would be really useful to manipulate these students to solve this mystery. So she is juggling.
So Max Caulfield, who has been so closed off for so long, now has to be like, okay, I have to juggle all these new social situations and put myself out there. It sounds like this is going to be a big learning experience for Max.
Now I have more impossible questions than I had to begin with.
I have to ask because I'm just so curious, which came first, the idea for Max to have this timeline shifting power, or did your team just want to experiment with the idea of multiple timelines?
We have been interested in multiple timelines for a while because of that gameplay possibilities. But I think it wasn't until we were exploring Max's story that it really clicked how we could do it in a way that felt absolutely intertwined with the emotional journey as well.
And shifting and traversing the timelines is in the player's hands. You have to trust the player. Is going to do it.
Yeah, the player over the course of the game is going to learn how to use this ability to navigate the environments, the relationships, and then at a certain point, we just trust the player to navigate and solve this mystery.
When I woke up, Safi was gone forever. And now, I am in a whole new world of questions. What are these worlds? Timelines? Realities? Where did this new power come from? Is Rewind gone forever? Lucky for me, one question clearly takes priority. How do I protect the Safi I have left?
Now, as a big fan, I am so happy that Hannah Tell is returning as Max.
Jesus Christ, já Dark já foi a confusão que foi.
Players who are new to the Life is Strange franchise, do they have to go back and play all of the older titles? What's the point of entry for them?
You don't have to at all. All of the Life is Strange games stand on their own and have their own story. And so for Life is Strange Double Exposure, Players will have everything they need to understand the emotional context of Max's past, but it is a brand new location in a small college. There's new characters. You can absolutely start with this first game.
Seems like Safi rubbed a few people the wrong way.
Ok, esta miúda não é a
How should
Rachel
I
Amber.
know? Go talk to somebody who's been here longer than 6 months.
We do all know that Life is Strange is all about choices
Não é a Rachel
and the
Amber.
consequences of those choices, for better or worse. So for returning players like me, who made really hard decisions that we now have to live with, do we bring those with us to Life is Strange Double Exposure?
Yes, so the returning players from Max's first adventure will remember that there's a massive decision to make at the end of that game, results in 2 very different endings. And it was really important at Deck 9, if we were going to make another Max adventure, that the game would have to respect both those endings. Life is Strange Double Exposure does that very thing. There's no canon ending in our book to the first game. Double Exposure will respect both endings in Max's thoughts, her journal, her SMS, her interactions with other characters, what she opts to reveal about her past to her new friends. It's all reflective of that final choice.
For all of us players who were racked with guilt making those tough decisions, who kind of crave making decisions like that again, will
Talvez
we have
façam
lots
com
of
que a
those
Max tenha feito uma
choices
coisa
that keep us up at night playing Life is Strange Double Exposure?
numa timeline
Max
e outra na outra.
will face a
Fazia
lot of tough
sentido isso.
decisions. It's kind of her thing.
Perfect. That's what I want.
Fazia
Bring it
bué
on.
sentido
Bring
isso
it on.
acontecer. Ou seja, as
And
duas
so,
alternativas
it's been
terem
so
sido
long
consequência
since the
das decisões
original
que nós
game
tomámos
came
no primeiro jogo.
For
Era
players
brutal.
who maybe don't have the original console that they played on, or let alone the save file from their Life is Strange 1 game, how will they import their previous choices?
So Safi and Max will have a conversation that's pretty early in
Ah,
the game,
okay.
and Arcadia Bay just comes up naturally in that conversation.
Okay.
So players can remake the choice then.
Oh shit, no.
Try the other way.
Okay, so it sounds like Safi is kind of like a little interrogation there with Max.
Safi's very curious
Já percebi como é que eles
about
fizeram isto.
Max because Max is
Final
generally
though.
pretty closed off, and Safi knows there's something interesting there.
Okay, so that's where we're going to see this backstory come into play.
Yeah, também quero fazer isso.
Very, very cool. So it sounds like new players are all good to go.
Yeah, 100%. It was very important to us that for folks entirely brand new to the franchise and brand new to Max Caulfield as a character, that everything they need to know about her is right there in Life is Strange Double Exposure. And then for returning players, we absolutely honor the biggest, most impactful decision you're going to remember from that first game and carry that forward so you can see how that plays out in Max's latest adventure.
Okay.
Is this about the blue-haired girl whose picture you keep in your wallet?
Oh God!
You snooped in my wallet? Stop deflecting. The girl with the blue hair. What's the deal with you two?
Next up, we speak to Hannah Tell, the iconic voice of Max Caulfield.
Não me parece
And
que,
be sure
que
to
a
stick
Chloe vai
around
voltar.
because in less than 10 minutes, we'll showcase an extended look at new Life is Strange Double Exposure gameplay for the very first time.
Okay.
You don't want to miss it.
Anna Taylor.
I'm Hannah Tell, and I play Max Caulfield in Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Mano, ela
Hannah,
tem a
I'm
voz
so
da
thrilled
Max, é
that
bué
you
da
are
estranho.
back as Max Caulfield in Life is Strange Double Exposure. This is what we've been waiting for. How does it feel for you to return to Max? Probably a
É
lot
bué
of
da estranha que a voz é
emotions,
igual.
underplay.
Yeah, so many emotions. It's an incredible feeling, and in a certain way, it feels like I'm coming home. I love Max so much, and we have so much in common. And
Mano, se
my
vocês fecharem os olhos é a Max
experience
que está a
playing her the
falar.
first
É
time
bué da
around
estranho.
was so formative in my life. It's a real honor to get to come back and expand on her story.
How did things feel this time around versus
É que a cara não
portraying the
mudaste nada,
character in
metes à voz, mano. É bué da
2015?
estranho.
Well, she's grown up so much. She was in high school in the first game, and now she's, out of her college years, she has a somewhat prestigious position as an artist in residence at this amazing university. And she has this whole amazing future ahead of her in terms of her artist career as a photographer. And I think that that's really given her a sense of purpose that's motivated her to kind of shed some of the shyness, parts of her introversion that held her back. I think that she's kind of grown out of that. She's more comfortable with who she is, and she feels like, hey, this is who I'm supposed to be.
Be safe, yeah?
When am I not?
She's been suppressing her powers
Yes.
while on the road. And now she's this artist in residence at Caledon in Vermont. Does she still feel like she needs to suppress them, or why did she feel like she needed to suppress them?
Well, the powers resulted in ultimate devastation in her life and everyone's life around her, and even like the space-time continuum with the weather-related phenomenons that were taking place because of her using this power. So she feels like this is like a deadly weapon. It's not something that she's gonna ever wanna use again, and also it really sets her apart from having a normal life and having normal relationships with people. So I think she's put that away very confidently, and is very hesitant about ever tapping back into that side of herself again. She doesn't know what could happen. It could even kill her to try to use her powers again.
Whoa.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah. We've caught up with who Max Caulfield is now. What has she been doing
Ninguém chega
in
lá
the
do
time
barranco.
between the events of Arcadia Bay to now?
Well, she's been on the road. She doesn't feel comfortable in any one place, and she's living like a nomadic lifestyle, taking photographs of abandoned, lonely spaces. For some reason, anything that's desolate or stark and intense really draws her eye, and she likes to photograph that, and she's made a bit of a name for herself by photographing these types of images. And she searches for them and stays in hotels and hangs out in local watering holes and just kind of absorbs the slice of life of each little town that she's been in. And now she's in a new environment with all new people and a new job responsibility.
And new powers too,
and
right?
New powers.
Can you talk about that a little bit? Because fans of the original game, we love the rewind power. You know, we were turning back time, but now time is moving in a different direction.
Exactly. Well, as Max has evolved, her powers have evolved. She didn't use that power for a really long time, understandably, because it created so much devastation. So it atrophied and it adapted into something different.
What if I told you there's this other timeline where Safi is alive and I can travel between this timeline and that one?
So she has this supernatural ability to move between the timelines, see the timeline where Safi is still alive, go into the one where she's dead, talk to people.
Yes, exactly. She has a unique position to figure out what's really going on in this terrible situation of Safi's death.
So I know you're a true crime fan. So when you got the call of, hey, we want you to come back and play Max and solve this mystery, where were you? What was going through your head when you finally learned the news?
Well, I was still in school. I was studying neuroscience. I was trying to prepare to take calculus. I had to have two different tutors. It was a horrible situation.
2 timelines, 2 tutors.
2 timelines, 2 tutors, 1 mystery, 1 failing grade. But I got the call, and it was just like such an amazing rescue from my math phobia. It was the producer and the performance director telling me, and I just sobbed into the phone.
Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
As you can probably tell, the fan base, myself included, have a very personal relationship with Max. How does it feel for you personally knowing the impact that you've made on fans and the community?
It's just unbelievable to be playing a part that resonated with someone, so many people. It makes me feel so validated and so honored and so grateful.
Muito fixe.
There are so many fans of this game
Está quase a fazer 10
that have
anos, malta. Life
created
is
this
Strange.
really
Espero que tenham
loving
noção.
community
O
where
original.
they share their art and they pour their time and energy into creating gorgeous artwork or really intricate creative cosplays. Tattoos etched on their skin permanently because the game changed them, and the game changed me too. So I feel very connected to them, and it moves me to tears all the time.
Let's thrash, Shaka Bra.
Shaka Bra.
Let's pretend you said something normal, but basically that.
And it's not often that an actor gets to reprise a character. Was that something that you, from a physical perspective, from a performance perspective, had to take into account? Because you know, back in 2015, you were portraying a teenage Max versus Life is Strange Double Exposure was an adult Max. Did you have to change your voice or pitch?
Yes, well, my voice kind of stayed the same, but Max's voice matured and got a bit more deeper and more grounded in its tone, and her posture became a bit more sure of herself and tall and standing to her full height and taking up space and being comfortable with that. And so I had to, you know, adjust everything about my body to try to convey her growth.
Okay.
And now we're proud to present an extended look at the gameplay from Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Ok. Bora lá. Devem ser 10 minutos de gameplay, provavelmente. 10 minutinhos. Ou 15, não sei muito bem. Pre-beta development.
Give me the Cliff Notes version of what we're actually here to see.
A bunch of little pieces of a shattered asteroid.
From 11 million miles away.
This is what I get for introducing you to.
Wow.
So, should we be worried about this crazy asteroid hitting Earth?
Not in our lifetime. And it'll probably disintegrate before it reaches the surface.
All right, Max. You have 24 hours before the world ends. What would you do?
Oh, I'm documenting that shit. Can you imagine how cool an apocalypse photo set would be?
Oh my god, this again? Nobody would see it. I'm telling you, art requires an audience. Otherwise, it's just...
Okay, jeez. Agree to disagree.
Awful quiet over there, Murph. Don't want to weigh in?
Oh, I wasn't listening. But, hey, looks like the equipment's working.
Eek, why am I not at home wrapped up in a blanket burrito right now?
Olha, fixe. Não está nada mal o acting, pelo menos não me parece.
I don't know. Me and Moses out in town without you.
Yeah, é isso, está fixe.
Think of the wild times you would have missed.
Aí está bem nice, meu. Até as expressões faciais.
Lakeport's most notorious party animals.
Oh man, what the fuck? Isto está com um aspecto incrível, bro.
Oh, I brought cups. Figured that was better than passing the bottle around.
Está com um bom aspecto.
This is the best you could do?
I don't work in this building. Don't blame me for the astronomy department's bad taste.
Mine says I'm the world's horniest grandma.
Grab a mug, Max.
Nerdy and
Wow.
dirty.
1 out of 2 ain't bad.
What the fuck?
I have some good news. It's big, but I can't tell you what it is.
You can't tell us you have good news and then...
I don't want to say anything else until everything is finalized.
Mysterious. Well, whatever we're celebrating, I think it calls for a selfie.
Oh, let me, I just got this camera and I want to get some good use out of it.
What should we say?
Damn. I think I've
É, Ricardo, é o novo Liz.
Moses has hypothermia.
What the hell?
I've got income.
I'm gonna, you know, do my thing.
Ok, gameplay, aposto.
Good news, huh?
Outubro.
You two and your secrets. How you ever hold a conversation with each other is beyond me.
I'm dying to know what Sophie's good news is. Maybe I can somehow convince her to spill.
Yeah, está muito diferente
I
da voz
love
da
how
Max.
Moses always looks so passionate about his work. Even when he's just crunching
Pá, o
numbers.
design da Max está espetacular,
Hey,
man.
Moses.
Tipo, pá, podemos falar
Casually
sobre
lean
isso.
on the telescope.
Tá mesmo
I might
incrível.
knock it over.
Pretend.
Aham. Tá bem, Raquel. Muito fixe. Amanda, Gwen, Lucas. Estavam ali nomes de personagens. Gosto da música, tá nice.
Hey, Sophie.
Tá bem Life is Strange.
Find anything poemable?
The moon? Kind of. Though I'd hardly be the first. Carl Sandburg called it a friend for the lonesome to talk to.
Pretty. I haven't seen a moon this bright outside of Oregon.
Oh, a Max biography nugget. Those are rare.
Man, que boa. Está espetacular.
You never really talk about why you came here.
Oh, Jesus.
You already know. Your mom threw me a lifeline. Pulled me out of freelance hell.
One of these days, I'm gonna find out what you're running from, Max Caulfield. That's a promise.
Okay, spill. What's the news?
No chance. That vault is closed.
You're killing me here. Are you really gonna keep secrets from your dear friend Max?
You're one to talk, my dear.
Tá bué fixe, man, isto. Estou bué contente.
Okay, I'll leave you to your muse.
Tá muito fixe isto, meu. Porra. Que cena fixe. 4 mesinhos, meus amigos. Até lá.
Hey, Moses. Doesn't some small part of you want to know what
pois é.
Sophie's good news is?
Se não há nada a fazer.
All right.
Tu vê aqui as fixe.
I think I have an idea. But once we go down this road, we can't turn back.
Okay.
Give this to Safi, if you can. You'll probably have to trick her into taking it or plant it on her.
Like a prank?
No. This has rules. So it's more of a game. Whoever holds the bottle cap has to do whatever you say. Well, within reason.
Moses, I have literally never wanted to play a game more in my entire life.
You say that now, but Safi has a very loose definition of within reason. And she'll come for you next.
Okay, wish me luck. Okay, how am I going to plant this on Safi?
What? Ok. Oh, meus amigos.
Since Safi hasn't
Eu vou jogar aqui 2 semanas mais cedo, garantidamente. Claramente vou jogar a última. Em stream. Claramente.
There might be some other hiding places up here that could work.
Eu vou querer jogar o jogo antes de toda a agenda.
In a snowball. Not sure I want to rely
Onde é que eu
on
punho o
my
Yang?
aim. I'd only get one shot.
Talvez no B. Ou no A.
Safi eats these when she can't slip away for a smoke. It'd be totally normal for me to offer her one.
Vamos. Mas eu vou comprá-lo, como é lógico.
Now I've just got to deliver this to Safi. Hey, Safi. Want a piece of candy? There's a few left.
Oh, twist my arm. Shit. It's a conspiracy. Come on, Max. Surely you, of all people, would let a girl have her secrets.
And violate the sacred covenant of the bottle cap? Never.
You know I'm going to get you back for this, right?
Less threaty, more
Oh,
time.
mas não,
Okay.
mas ia sério, bro.
So, Well, I've been shopping around a bunch of my poetry, right? Like, as a collection. And a publisher made an offer.
For real? Oh my god, Sophie! That's incredible! Congratulations!
Olha, eu não li ainda bem que não vi. Esta cena.
Thank you. Nothing signed or anything yet, so
Exato.
I want to keep it under wraps until all the paperwork gets signed.
Understood. Your secret is safe with me.
Oh. Oh, shit. Hello? This is Safi? Yes, this is Safia Llewellyn Fayyad.
Aí é
Speaking.
cara.
Be right back.
Oh god. Às tantas é o professor. Como é que está a cereja? Querem ver que é o professor? O gajo saiu da prisão e agora anda a matar pessoas.
Would you really take pictures of the end of the world?
Yeah. Think about it. I take photos of empty buildings. An empty planet? That's next
Podia
level.
ser o gajo, já.
Okay. But it's like Safi said, nobody is ever going to see them.
Sure, but who cares? I take a lot of photos nobody ever sees. I want to go out doing something I'm good at.
Yeah. A Max também só aparece no primeiro, ao Xanax.
Oh, what?
Portanto, tá muito mais
No,
velha.
nothing. Just
É normal.
didn't take you as a, it's the journey, not the destination type.
I mean, I guess I'm not. It's more like sometimes you reach the destination.
Pá, os olhos da Max
alone,
estão incríveis.
and that's okay.
Look at that.
Não, no Before the Storm não é só a Chloe e a Rachel. Aparece no último episódio, mas é antes. É uma prequela. É
Moses
tipo antes
was
do
right.
primeiro.
This is
Quando
awesome.
elas eram miúdas. Eu fiz, mano. Ih, é caraças. Pronto, here we go.
Are you okay?
Yeah, all good. Just dizzy. Maybe the champagne. Think I'm gonna take off, get some rest.
I can give you a ride if you wait a few minutes.
No, that's okay. I think a walk will clear my head. Think so.
Oh shit. Vai encontrar a outra. Pá, bué da curiosidade para jogar isto, malta. Jesus Christ. Estou mesmo com bué da vontade para jogar isto. A malta estava a dizer que era Arcadia bem, mas não é. Eis! Era isto que um gajo queria. Era as musiquinhas, pá. As musiquinhas são bem importantes no universo de Liz.
I'm glad Moses invited me out tonight.
Muito fixe. Vão sair 2 episódios. É o jogo inteiro, mas para quem comprar a última e recebe os 2 primeiros episódios
Caledon's a
2 semanas
beautiful
antes.
campus, but it's even better when it snows.
Por acaso não me lembrava já que o Liz tinha saído em episódios. Espetacular. É pá, God,
What a
que música é esta?
perfect night for walking home. I'll just catch up with Sophie tomorrow.
Yeah, depois vão. Mas é o quê?
Sophie's chain smoking again? Wonder what that call was about.
Please don't wake me up.
Wow, Sophie. What did Mr. Snowman ever do to you?
Não aparece no Shazam.
Now I know who's been leaving all that
Tem
squirrel gore
demasiadas
around
falhas.
campus.
Falas.
I'd swim an ocean and swim whole seas. It'd make no difference how far I'd go, 'cause I'd find you.
Don't get to take a shot like this every day.
Não aparece.
You're really watching
Shazam.
me, aren't you?
Jesus Christ. E a Daughter já está sempre associada à Deck Nine.
This is not a test.
Max!
The emergency broadcast system is now in effect.
I caused this! I caused all of this!
Oh shit. Aquilo são cenas do primeiro jogo.
Max? Hey, are you okay?
Oh god. Here we go again.
Something's wrong. Sophie.
Hey! Come back!
Pronto. É sempre quando ela tem premonições e cenas é que...
There's Sophie. She seems okay. I feel like I should check on her anyway. Better safe than sorry.
Porra, não dá para correr neste jogo.
Shit! Sophie, hang on!
Afinal dá. Oh shit. Não é assim tão... Sim.
Oh, Sophie's fine.
Ai, é bem.
For a moment, I thought...
Sophie. Sophie? Hey. You okay?
Está morta. Yeah. Tempo.
Max!
Tenso. Bué tenso. Isto é mesmo o início do jogo. Jesus Christ. Bué dark. Isto está bué da dark. Life is Strange. Double exposure. Yeah. Está bué dark isto, pá, adoro. Muito bom. Muito bom.
Thanks for tuning in to our Life is Strange Double
Muito fixe.
Exposure reveal show. You can pre-order
Very
the game
nice.
now for release on October 29th, 2024.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's literally just a few months away.
I have literally never wanted to play a game more in my entire life.
Pre-order the Ultimate Edition to get advance access to the first 2 chapters on October 15th,
Sim, senhor.
2 whole weeks before release date.
Yes.
You'll also receive 5 outfit packs: Spooky, Decades, Final Fantasy VII, Fan Favorite, and Paw Prints. as well as exclusive cat content.
É exclusive
Follow
cat
us on
content,
all
quero bué.
social media at Life is Strange Game for the latest updates.
Quero bué
And we'll see you
exclusive
again
cat
soon.
content. Sim, senhor. Muito bem. Meus amigos, é isto. Está feito. Giro. Muito bom. Gostei muito. Agradecido por isto. Tá, não tá? Acabou. Estavam 13 mil pessoas a ver. Ok, sim senhor. Está acabado. Muito bom.